Hello everybody, welcome to Sarah's Kitchen. I have decided to make a video series and bring you guys along on what recipes I make and things that I learn, and just along with my health journey in general. I've been learning so much, and a lot of my meals are definitely low-cal, high protein based, as I'm in the gym weightlifting. And yeah, so learning to become the best version of myself this year, and a lot of that comes along with nutrition. So I am learning. So yeah, let's get started. So with that, today we are going to make my egg bites. I have tried many different ways on how to make them, and I'm really hoping this is going to be the best way possible. I've had some fails. I've tried variations on different cup liners. I'm gonna try the silicone. I was told that these are the best way to do it. I've tried without, I have tried, unfortunately, paper. Wasn't thinking that one through. But we're gonna try the silicone today, and this is what I eat every day for breakfast. It's a super high protein meal. I live with my partner, and he eats a lot, and we're both weightlifters in the gym, and so I've got a bunch of these little tins prepared. All the recipe calls for is eggs. I'm gonna use about 18, 19 for the week. The turkey sausages from Costco in the white box. You can honestly use any sort of high protein sausage you like. I really like these, they taste really good. Cheese, just any sort of shredded cheese, or you can shred it yourself. I'm just really lazy. Garlic salt, onion powder, salt, and pepper. Also preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so I start by cracking my eggs into medium, small size bowl. Like I said, you're gonna need about, if you're gonna do the full recipe, about 18 to 19 eggs. I just start by cracking those in. And I am doing the full eggs. Some people just want the egg whites. I went to Costco and looked at the price, because I bought them a couple times, and I looked at the price because, I just grab and continue on. They were a little expensive for what they were. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try just full eggs and see how that goes, because we get a lot of eggs. And buying egg whites for $14 is a little bit expensive, and you get 3 or 4 little pouches. So we just buy full eggs. And you get more protein that way, slightly more calories, but that's okay. Grab a couple more from the fridge. That's 17 and 18. Okay, so I like to eyeball things. I don't really measure for the most part. So this is your garlic salt. Just put in a decent amount, whatever you think is fair. Some salt. Again, I would say you're getting anywhere between probably like a half or about a teaspoon of each, give or take. And your onion powder. That was pepper and onion powder. And then I just take a fork and I start whisking it all together until it's combined. Okay, now this is my first time using silicone muffin liners. So what I'm gonna do, out of just to cover myself, I don't want them to stick, I'm just gonna dab a little bit of oil in each of the tins, because like I said, I've never used them, I'm a novice, so I just want to make sure that I'm able to get the egg bites out. I've had a lot of trial and error with these egg bites. I don't have a spray. I'm gonna have to get myself a spray, clearly. But yeah, so I'll finish doing this, and then I'll show you what the next step is. So these are my turkey sausages from Costco. They're nothing too crazy, but what I do is I take it and I cut it into 4ths. And then I cut those 4s into 2s. They don't have to be perfect. And then I take these into my muffin liners, and I put 4 pieces into each. And I'll proceed to do that with the rest and show you after. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your eggs that you whisked, and we're just gonna give them one more quick stir. And what you're gonna do is gonna take any sort of measuring scoop. It does not matter at all what size it is. You're just gonna take a little bit of this, and you're gonna just carefully scoop a little bit into each cup, just barely covering the sausages. You'll see here. And you're gonna make a little bit of a mess, and that's okay, honestly. We're in the kitchen, who cares? Okay, so they should look something like this, and what you can do is just take a paper towel and get rid of all the little droppings that you might have made along the way. It doesn't really matter. Just clean up the edges here, just somewhat. They don't have to be perfect, just to kind of help it so that way they don't stick. Now what you're gonna do is take your cheese, shred it, and you're gonna do just the tiniest little bit on top of each, just to kind of add some flavor, make it fun. Doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to add this at all if you don't want. I just add a tiny little bit. And I do that to all of them. Okay, so now what I do is I just take like a butter knife and I kind of just combine the cheese within each cup. And now these are ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees for about half an hour or so, or until they become puffy and clearly look like they're cooked. Oven, I like to put them on a baking sheet so that way they don't slide around. They're easier just to get out of the oven once completed. I've just removed the egg bites out of the oven. So once they've been removed out of the oven, you're gonna let them cool for about 10 or 15 minutes. So they're all done. And this is gonna be the true test to see if they actually come out, and I can put them into my tray that I keep them in the fridge. So they've been cooling for about 15 minutes or so. Oh, okay, best $4 I've ever spent. I have had the hardest time trying to get these things to just pop out so I can make another batch or just be done with it so I can move on to the next thing. This is amazing. I'm so happy right now. These are Sarah's egg bites. Every morning I have 4, and my total calorie count is 142 calories and 14 grams of protein.